boy Hennythemoor reporting live from the liquor store. How's everybody doing today, man? And hey, it's Saturday, so you know I gotta keep the doors to the liquor store open, man. You know, I went live with my brothers, West Coast Law, landlord from Alabama earlier, but I couldn't stay away from y'all, man. So, I'm back to give y'all a second serving of some quality Dallas Cowboy content, man. So the doors of the liquor store is open, man. So y'all come on in. We got what you need to succeed, man. So, hey, first and foremost, on your way into the liquor store, man, I need y'all to do a couple things for your boy. I need y'all to go ahead and hit that like button for me. If you hit that like button, it'll enable us to manipulate this algorithm, and it'll help more people find their way into the liquor store, man. So if you want more folks in here consuming the content, hit that like button for me. Right after you do that, man, I'm gonna need y'all to hit that share button for me. By hitting that share button, it notifies everybody and their mama that the liquor store is open for business. So, you do that for me, the liquor store will fill up quickly, and we'll have more folks in here getting drunk on the content with us, man. And then most importantly, man, like before I forget, I need y'all to slap the shit out of an Eagles fan. Because if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, you will receive half off all the merchandise inside the liquor store. And we got some great stuff in here, man. We got the hen, we got gin, cowboy readers, and we still even got, we still even got the Eagles tears on deck, getting stronger, getting more potent by the day. And hey, real quick, man, let me show some love to the folks that slid into the liquor store, man. Jameson Taylor, what's up with you, my boy? He said he was first. I dig it. NFZ, hey, NFZ, when you drop the stars like that, man, I'm gonna need you to drop 6 of them because we're gonna get 6 titles this year, man. So hey, we gotta believe in manifestation. We're gonna go ahead and wheel it on in there, man. Miss Regina Green, what's up with you? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. Salute to you. Happy Saturday to you as well. Thank you for tapping in. Hey, my brother King G in the building, man. Salute to you. Thank you for coming through and showing love to the channel, man. Salute, salute, salute. Now let's see. My boy DP Johnson. DP done slid in here, man. He said, Wrench Gang, stand up. What it do, Henny? I was just about to pull up when you started. Hey, I do got great time then, don't I? Then my brother Kevin Calloway done tapped in with me. Salute to you, man. Thank you for coming in and sliding into me, man. And so today, man, you see the title. It says the devil is into details. He said the devil is into details. So we're going to talk about the details, right? Because that's a word that's been coming up a lot when Dak Prescott talks in the media. He's been talking about detailing the hell out of the offense, knowing the particulars, the ins and outs. So we're going to talk about what he means by the details. Right, because I brought some numbers. I did the work. I'm gonna bring it in here to y'all, and we'll discuss that, as thoroughly as humanly possible. But before we get too far into it, though, man, I'm gonna have to let y'all know we are still running this ticket raffle. It's $10 per entry, and there are 3 prizes that will be given out. So we all know the first place winner is going to go see the Dallas Cowboys beat the eyebrows off of the Philadelphia Eagles. It's a home game. The Eagles have not won in Dallas since 2017. So this is a guaranteed W for the Dallas Cowboys, them bringing their funky asses down there to Texas. So if you want to see the Dallas Cowboys beat the Eagles, you're the first place winner. You'll get to sit down and do it. So you can sit back, relax, drink you a cowboy reader, do whatever you want to do, because your ticket will have a seat attached to it. So you'll be big boy chilling in there, man. The second place winner is going to receive a ticket to this same game for standing room area, general admission. So you can still slide in there. You can still have a great time with the rest of the fanatics. And then the third place winner, right, is either going to get a PlayStation 4 or they will receive a Dallas Cowboy jersey of their liking. Hey, shout out to my boy Jameson Taylor. His Braves are doing good, so salute to him, man. I'm happy for your team, man. And hey, I appreciate that, Mr. Banks. He said we had a good show yesterday, earlier in the day, man. Hey, and that was really improv, man. That was a last minute thing. Danny Savage said make his a double. Hey, we definitely gonna make you a double, man. You know, we're gonna get drunk on the content. Brewster ran through the door. I see you, my boy. Salute to you. Salute to you. So yeah, man. So if y'all want to support the raffle or you just want to support your boy, you know, hit the cash app, hit the supers, hit the super stickers, and we in here. So now that that's out the way, let me get this off the screen. Now that that's out the way, man, let's talk about, you know, the actual content. So the devil is into details, man. So we know that we are going to be moving towards a new offensive system this year. I know we done Texas coast y'all to death, right? We done use that term a lot, Texas coast, in describing what they want to do offensively going to this new season. Everybody and their mama that made content on it, me included, right? But I really want to talk about the details that I think we'll see going forward into this new year. Because there are some things that people aren't really thinking about, you know, in terms of how this is going to go down. So granted, we were a team that threw the ball a lot under Kellen Moore. There were seasons where Dak Prescott was averaging 38 pass attempts. There were seasons where Dak Prescott was averaging 41 pass attempts. So Kellen Moore had Dak Prescott throwing the ball quite a bit. But, you know, we already looked into the details of how well Dak Prescott did on particular concepts, right? We already looked at the rate that he utilized play action and how well he was with play action. We looked at how often he utilized screens, which was not a lot. So we already did that part. He said, what's good besides Kellen Moore being gone? Hey, a lot of stuff, my boy. We're going to talk about it. So we looked, you know, at the actual concepts, but what we did not look at, you know, was, hold on. I did all that and not even download the picture. Bear with me. I'm finna get this picture uploaded so I can share it with y'all. So we looked at those concepts and how well Dak Prescott fared with them, but we did not look at how fast, you know, he was getting rid of the ball and how he performed depending on the length of where he held the ball, which is going to be something, you know, to look at moving forward in this system, since they are talking about playing to Dak Prescott's strengths, right? So, you know, I got that for you. You know, I actually ran across this. I cannot take credit, you know, for putting these numbers together, but, you know, it's real good. So shout out. I forget who the hell the numbers these were, but salute to them. Time to hold. So let me get this pulled up for us, and we're going to chop it up. All right, cool. I got it uploaded now. Said thank God Kellen Moore gone though. Hey, Iceberg Slim, what's up with you, man? I see you done slid through up here, man. Salute to you. And hey, I like those stats too, though. He said 4,867 yards, 44 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Yeah, that would definitely get him, you know, MVP talk, especially since I expect him to have more rushing attempts and rushing yards this season. So let's just take a quick look at this. I hope everybody can see what I'm seeing. And these are Dak Prescott's overall numbers from last year. This is including the playoffs and the regular season. So in total, Dak Prescott had 28 passing touchdowns and 17 interceptions if you include everything that he did, you know, over the course of the regular season and the postseason. But when you look at the difference in between Dak Prescott when he holds on to the ball and when he gets rid of the ball quicker, you can see that Dak Prescott is more efficient and by a large margin when the ball is coming out quickly. So let's take a look at the left. This is when the ball is coming out. This is when the ball is on time. This is probably in 3-step drops, 5-step drops. You know, these are not going to be long developing plays because the ball is coming out, you know, under 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds, under 2.5 seconds. So he getting the ball out in a timely manner to his wide receivers. When he does that, when the ball is coming out quickly, 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions on the year, complete 77% of his passes, has a passer rating of 99.3. Right? So very good numbers. Very good numbers. Touchdown interception ratio is over 2. Right? It's over 2-1. What's up with you? It's too easy. I see you done slid through the door. Hey, Thomas A. Garrett, what's up with you, man? Salute to you. So you see when the ball is coming out quickly, Dak Prescott is killing the game. He's going in. He's having great success when the ball leaves his hand in a timely manner. Now let's take a look to the right. These would be long developing plays. Either A, this is a long developing play down the field where the wide receivers need time to get down the field into their routes, or B, this is when things go off script. Dak Prescott has to pull the ball down, or he has to extend the play himself. He's making plays. Don't get me wrong. He did throw 20 touchdowns, in those scenarios, but he's also turning the ball over. 14 of Dak Prescott's 17 interceptions came when he held on to the ball over 2.5 seconds. So let's do a comparison. Dak Prescott, 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions when the ball is coming out quickly. Dak Prescott, 20 touchdowns, 14 interceptions when he has to hold on to the ball for a prolonged period of time. And even his completion percentage takes a hit. JJ the Mind, what's up with you, my guy? I see you done slid through the door, man. Hey, please hit that like button, hit that share button for your boy, man. We in here rocking today, man. We gonna take a look at the details. Like the devil is in the details. We gonna take a look, at the specifics of what we want to see. I can't just say I want to see Dak Prescott throw the ball, use play action. I need to get even more in depth with what I want from this team, right? But we all know, I always chime on Dak Prescott having, one of the best completion percentage in league history. That's not the case, when he has to hold on to the ball. He only has a completion percentage of 57.9. He said the slip and completion percentage is the one caught by the other team. Yeah, definitely that. So only 57.9% of his passes get completed when he has to hold on to the ball. Interceptions are way up. Passer rating itself is down, right? Down by what's about 12 points? We rounded, say about 12 points difference in between the passer rating. So Dak Prescott, right, when the ball leaves his hand, under 2.5 seconds, real good production. 77% of his passes are completed. 77% of anything is a great number, especially in the NFL, right? 77% often would lead the league in completion percentage. There's not a lot of guys completing passes in the 70s, right? So we know that would be up there. A passer rating of 99 would be up there. That would be one of the best passer ratings. He said, but if you take away those extra interceptions, those completion percentage was about to be right. Yes, that is correct. If the interceptions were not thrown, then it would be a much better completion percentage and it'd be a much better passer rating. But, because the interceptions were thrown, when this happened, that's why we're going to have to take a look and talk about it. So the details. So even though, Dak Prescott is great in play action, right? Even though he is great in play action, I still want this ball coming out on time. I still want this ball coming out in a timely manner, going to the wide receivers. Now, inside of this system, what's up with you, Big Benny Rich? I see you, my boy. Riggins had the Hogs. Okay. But yeah, man. So, one quick detail. In this system, when the ball comes out on time, and remember, a part of the West Coast offense is going to be, timing. Timing and spacing are keys to properly running, West Coast concepts, at a high level. Inside of a West Coast offense, the routes are timed up with the drop of the quarterback. So on a 3-step drop, right? And you don't know what a 3-step drop is. The quarterback is going to drop back 3 steps. Very apparent. Get the ball, 1, 2, 3. Moment that back foot is set, his first read is supposed to be there. So the ball should be out at that point. His first read should be there. The ball should be gone, right? If not, move on to the second guy in the progression, and then of course the ball should be gone. Johnny Woods, what's up with you? Tommy Montoya done slid through the building, man. What's good with y'all, man? Thank y'all for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. Okay, you made my point even more. It was not Riggins, it was Joe Gibbs. He won 3 Super Bowls with 3 different quarterbacks. Hey, that's a damn good feat. That's a damn good feat. So that's the West Coast. The ball coming out in a timely manner, 3-step drop. The ball should be out. You will see a lot more of things like that than you will see a slow developing route. Because think about what happened last year. Like a lot of these interceptions came on non-turnover worthy plays, but that was generally because there was miscommunications in between the quarterback and the wide receivers when they were out there trying to run these option routes. So one, on a option route, it impairs the quarterback's ability to throw the ball with anticipation, because even though he may read it right, because they both are technically reading the defense. So even though the quarterback may read it right, the wide receiver may not read the coverage right. So there will be some times where miscommunications happen, and because Dak Prescott threw so many interceptions on these option routes, there were times where he was hesitant to release the ball when they were coming out of their breaks. Now in a West Coast system, right, everybody has a job to do. They know where to be, they know when to be there, they know the proper depth on the route, so they know all these different things prior, right? So there should be no miscommunications like that in the West Coast system. If my slot wide receiver is supposed to be running an over from that position, and then my other 2 wide receivers, if my wide receiver over here is supposed to be running a slant and this guy over here is supposed to be running a post, then there is no room for miscommunication. They know where to be. They know how much depth they're supposed to get on those routes. They know when they should be open. Because remember, West Coast, for y'all who don't know, there are not a lot of 7-step drops inside of West Coast concepts. It is primarily made to get the ball outside of the quarterback's hands into the hands of the playmakers, as quickly as possible. So you'll see more 3-step drops and 5-step drops than you will 7-step drops. Those will be the anomalies. Usually in a modern West Coast offense, the shot plays are set up off of play action. You usually take your shots off of play action in a modern West Coast offense, as you see with the Rams, as you see with Brian Schottenheimer, as you see with a lot of these other guys. But just in the meat and potatoes of it, you will not have a lot of instances where Dak Prescott is going to have to hold on to the ball for some of these miscommunications to happen. If his first read is the slant, right, the slant should be open on the end of the drop back. So 1, 2, 3, he should have won on his route already. I should be able to let the ball fly, and it should be there within his catch radius, right? If he ain't open, then I immediately move over to my next target, and they should be open by then, right? So it's all about timing, it's all about space, it's all about depth of your route, it's all about these different things. Because a lot of times inside of a West Coast concept, you would like to see, a certain amount of spacing, because you will see a lot of mesh concepts, you will see a lot of flood concepts. So a lot of those deal with attacking a defense at different levels. You'll have somebody at a particular depth. Let's say somebody's 5 feet away from the ball, 5 yards away from the ball. Somebody's 10 yards away from the ball. You might have somebody else 15 yards away from the ball. You might even attack the same area of the field, but everybody's at a different depth, so you can create those passing lanes to get the ball into the wide receiver's hands. So that's a particular detail that we have not really touched on. So even if we go to Brian Schottenheimer's system, you still need to mitigate the amount of times that you allow Dak Prescott to hold on to the ball, over 2.5 seconds. At least going off of what you've seen last season. That's where a majority of the interceptions came from. That's where a majority of the miscommunications came from. That's where a majority, of the negative plays came from. So even, if you want to do it a couple of times, because don't get it twisted. He still threw 20 touchdowns when he held on to the ball. He still threw a lion's share of his touchdowns when he held on to the ball, made plays out script, let the play develop down the field. That still did happen. But, if you want to help Dak Prescott get this MVP, like everybody talk about Dak Prescott having an MVP season, you got to put him in position where he does not, feel the need to force the ball down the field. He said, yeah, it's from the previous concept. And that's why we're talking about the details of this new offense. The previous concept, the option routes, the particular spacing, the play design that Kellen Moore had led to a lot of those interceptions. So, that's why when we're talking about the details of making this offense, a well-oiled machine, we still have to remember what went wrong last year and build upon it. Because remember, even though Kellen Moore is out the building, right? Even though Kellen Moore is out of the building, they are still saying they're going to use 70% of his concepts. So, in a perfect world, that is them utilizing some of his, some of the concepts from the digit system. That's them utilizing, some of the lingo, maybe even some of the personnel packages. But, hopefully they leave out the option routes that made Dak Prescott hold on to the ball, right? We know that the ball was not coming out, quickly when you have to let these option routes develop, especially since there's so many different things that the wide receiver could do, right? Because you don't really know what all the options were on these option routes. Did they have 2 options? Did they have 3? Right? So there's a lot of things to compute, especially then. Sometimes you have option routes happening on different sides of the field. Both your outside wide receivers might be on an option route in Kellen Moore's system, depending on what he called. Screwball good is peanut butter whiskey with Diet Coke and cream soda. Yummy. Okay. Yeah. Hey, that sounds like a good one, man. At least you ain't drinking on Eagles tears, man. Martin Talks Cowboys in the building. What's up with you, my boy? Salute to you. Martin, matter of fact, these might be the statistics I got from you, Martin. So, yeah. Matter of fact, I think it was you, Martin. She says, Dak's interception thrown when he has time. Yeah. Now, see, when Dak Prescott, gets the ball out of his hands, when he makes a smart decision with the football, when it comes out on time, he's damn near perfect. He's damn near perfect. We see the left column over there. So, I'm not really concerned with that, because, and hey, he did damn good research. Matter of fact, y'all make sure y'all go and follow my boy Martin Talks Cowboys on Twitter. Always does good research, always has, good, content. So y'all make sure y'all go out there and support Martin, man. Real solid dude, real asset to the community, man. So salute to him. He said, Henny, I think the 30% that they took out was so many option downs, redundant curls, and stupid reverses, plus no big men running routes. You know what? The fact that we actually had packages where offensive linemen were out, out running routes, that really, befuddled me. Michael H., what's up with you, man? Salute to you. Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, my guy. He said, well, the devil will come out if Dak has time, he will burn the defense. He most definitely will, man. He most definitely will. We seen Dak Prescott operate with proper pass protection. So, he said we see curl routes, we ride. So, that is one thing that we need to make sure that happens in this new system. We need to make sure that the ball comes out in a timely manner and that Dak Prescott is not put in positions where he is forced to consecutively hold the ball, consistently try to make plays, out of structure. Not saying that he can't do it, but we need to mitigate some of that. It need to be something that happens every so often and not something that we are relying on Dak Prescott to do. Yo, Emmanuel Thomas, what's up with you, my boy? Hey, that's my boy from Pine Bluff, man. So salute to him. Arkansas boy tapping in with me. So we're going to look at something else that I found really interesting. And I'm going to point out a couple of things in regards to this. Y'all should be able to see the screen as I see it. This is NFL. These are looking at the rushing statistics, for the 2022 season. And we're looking at yards per carry. All right, we're looking at yards per carry. What a lot of people do not realize is the Dallas Cowboys, they did run the ball a lot last year. They ran the ball a lot. If I'm not mistaken, we had more rushing attempts than even the 49ers did. But if you look at this list, right, we were not a very efficient running team when it came down to yards per carry. The Bears led the entire league, with yards per attempt 5.4, Ravens 5.2, Bills 5.2, Falcons 4.9, Giants 4.8. Like, very good. Even the Eagles, right? We know they utilize Jalen Hurts, they utilize, Miles Sanders got 4.6. The Chiefs, who are not a very, not known as a running team, even got 4.7. You had to go all the way down to find the Dallas Cowboys. Right here. Dallas Cowboys only averaged 4.3 yards an attempt last year when they rushed the football. So at face value, you can say the Dallas Cowboys ran the ball. But when you look at the efficiency, the Dallas Cowboys were only 19th. They were only 19th in yards per carry, right? They were only 19th in yards per carry last year. So I need y'all to do that for me. Put 19, in the chat box for me. Because the Dallas Cowboys were only 19th last year in yards per carry, which is very telling about the efficiency, on how well they were able to run the ball. So y'all please put 19 in the chat box for me. And then I'm going to go even further into this because, it's not all. He said, but we had no run blocking scheme. Yeah, we technically did have a run blocking scheme. We ran a gap style run blocking scheme last year. And we're moving forward to a zone run blocking scheme this season. So while utilizing the gap, we utilized the gap style run system last year. And we were only 19th in terms of yard per carry last season. So, yes, we had a bunch of rushing attempts. But y'all remember when I was showing you that graph on how poorly we ended up pass blocking down the stretch. We were average, like our entire running back room at one point was averaging only like 2.3, yards per carry. So it was very tough on us, man. It was very tough on us to consistently get a run game going. And then we know what happened with Terrence Steele going down with injury. We know that Tyron Smith was not there a majority of the year. And then when he came back, he played out of position at right tackle. And we also, let's just be honest, we know that Kellen Moore did not really want to run the football like that. Running the ball was something that Mike McCarthy basically put a gun to his head. Yeah, that was basically what they did. Mike McCarthy made him run the ball. He said we got killed in time of possession. That's why defenses wore down 2 years in a row. True. I just want the good old Cowboys bully ball. Yeah, and listen, we will have to hope, that we are a more effective run team, with this new system. right? Inside of the zone run scheme, instead of people taking the guy in front of them or pushing somebody into out of a particular gap, the offensive line is going to flow in one direction. They're either going to flow left or they're going to flow right, right? And whoever comes into their zone or area of the field is who's going to get the business. So that's why it's called a zone blocking scheme that we're moving to. They're going to move to the right or they're going to move to the left, and whoever's in the way when they get to the area they're supposed to be in is who the hell is going to get blocked. Right? You may have times where somebody comes, and they pin somebody on the opposite side so they can't chase the play down. But you're going to have options when you do the zone run style scheme. You can either go with the offensive line, right? Because the defense is going to have to flow where the offensive line is going. Okay, that's probably where the running back is going to end up. Or B, they can take the cutback lane. Right. That's what yeah, pretty much. So our halfbacks won't be getting hit 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They're not supposed to. They are not supposed to in a zone system. You should at minimum get back to the line of scrimmage before you take contact. Because like I was saying, the running back actually has options of where they want to take the play, right? Either something is going to open up on the play side, right, where the play is supposed to develop at the play side, where it be right or left, whichever way they flow into, or on the back side of the play, there should be a area for you to cut back to. So that's why running backs that have great vision, or people that are coveted inside of a zone scheme. Right. I think we might do well in running the ball. The running backs are so small you can't see them because of the girth we have on the O-line. And that worked for Emmett back in the day too. But there is something I do want to point out, in terms of our running back personnel. Now, we have running backs that will exceed in a zone run system. Right, never get that confused. Malik Davis played in a zone scheme in Florida. Tony Pollard has the speed, and he has the background of being a kick returner in college, so he can see the field. He knows how to find the hole. He knows how to find the cutback. He will be good in space. But we don't have a single running back that's 220 pounds. We don't have a single running back that's 220, 222. And Brian Schottenheimer has a reputation of running his running backs into the ground. He runs the ball a lot, and he runs it often. So, I just need to see, how they hold up. I think hopefully they will be fine. But, if it proves not to be the case over the course of the season, I would love for them to bring somebody else in. Yeah, a lot of lightning and no thunder. Like I need one power back. I need one proven power back. Maybe Hunter Luepke can be that, but we're asking a undrafted free agent to be our power back and to be the difference. We're asking him to go up and fight for tough yardages against defensive tackles that make $19-20 million. He a $200,000 man. You know what I mean? Like you usually, want a job like that to go to at least a veteran. Miss Regina Green, you took the words out of my mouth. I particularly do trust, our wide receivers way more than our running backs. He said Zeke production fell and usage fell off when Hennythemoor showed up. Zeke has just signed and his usage has been reduced every year. I know. And to put this in perspective, Ezekiel Elliott has not had a 25 carry game since 2019. Since 2019, Ezekiel Elliott, has not had a game where he received at least 25 carries. So it's been 4 years since Ezekiel Elliott had, 25 carries in a game. It's been 4 years. He didn't have a 25 carry game in 2020. He didn't have a 25 carry game in 2021, and he definitely did not have a 25 carry game in 2022. Yeah, so don't get it misconstrued. Like Zeke probably could still do some stuff if he had. He said we do. Let's see. I'm not really counting Hunter, man. Like I listen. He might prove me wrong. He might be a guy to go through there and act the ass, right? Because I ain't seen him play yet, right? But there's a lot to ask, from an undrafted free agent that was running in, D1 AA, right? He was D1 AA. So, he might go out there and prove me wrong, look like a viable, he might go out there and look like a viable option, right? But, if he gets his opportunity in preseason and he gets the opportunity in training camp and he does not look good, I want the Dallas Cowboys to expeditiously, go out there and find another power back. Now, I could, like I said, I ain't seen the boy yet. But that's what I want. I want, if he gets his fair shot and he don't look like he can do it, bring somebody in, immediately. If he looks like he can do the job, then we're just gonna run with him. And and that's only fair. But right now, I always like having a veteran that I can trust on. I always like having a veteran. Because let's keep it real. When you have a vet, you have years and years of footage, production, game tape that you can lean on and say, hey, I can hedge my bet on him, doing at least this. This is the worst season he ever had. It's the best season he ever had. I think he'll fall somewhere in between that. I can sort of project the kind of production that he will have for me, right? When I have a veteran. When you bring in a young guy, especially a young guy that's an undrafted free agent, I don't really have much to go on. Because not only do I have to project what he's going to do for my team, I have to project what he's going to do against NFL caliber players. So, and granted, he might play well, right? I'm not saying that he can't play well. He said, what does that matter? The talent is there. I mean, I didn't say he didn't have talent, but and listen, Iceberg, you've been here long enough to know that I always take proven production over potential. I always take proven production over potential at every position, no matter who it is. So again, he will get a fair shot in preseason and training camp, right? So it's going to be a moot point. What I am saying though is if he does not look up to par during preseason or training camp, the Dallas Cowboys should bring somebody in expeditiously. And if he proves me wrong and he goes out there, he has a good, preseason, he has a good, camp in Oxnard, then you can roll with him. Is that not a fair assessment? I could be wrong, but is that not a fair assessment of what should play out? Because listen, I'm not the type to really rely on a young player anyway. Like there is one rookie on this team that I have that I have some level, of trust in. And that's your first round pick. That's Monty Smith. Because he has one particular job, that he has to do. Because he has one particular job that he has to do, and he'll be playing beside another defensive tackle more than likely that's already a veteran. But I do not go into seasons expecting anything from rookies. I didn't listen. 2016, I ain't expect shit from Dak Prescott or Zeke. I wanted good things to happen, but I can't live. I can't just expect that to be the case because they ain't did it yet. They ain't did it before. So when it comes to rookies, I'm always, I'm optimistic, but I'm not betting my house on it either. You know what I mean? And that's just rational. That's just rational thinking. Do I think he could possibly do the job? Sure. There's a chance he could. Am I betting my house on it? Hell no. I ain't betting my house, my life, none of that on no kid that ain't played the NFL yet. And that's very true. Because when Ezekiel Elliott was a rookie, we brought in a guy that had 3,000 yard seasons, right? Yeah, y'all remember the boy from that used to play for Washington? We brought him in. I forget the kid name. Used to have the baseball bat celebration. But yeah, even when Ezekiel Elliott was on the team, we had another viable option. Like we had a first round pick running back, and we still had a veteran running back, that can give us something if Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, thank you, Alfred Morris. So we had Alfred Morris. Thank y'all. Because his name eluded me. He said, Henny, running back is the easiest to play as a rookie in the NFL. The reason why fullback has evolved, because people have evolved. He can take the league by storm because teams will have to plan for him. Because, listen, I'm not saying that's not a possibility. I know, I think that's why we're on two different pages. I didn't say there was not a possibility for that to happen. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I'm always preparing. For if that does not come to fruition. Right? They're just like saying, like, hey, I live in a good neighborhood. I don't need no gun in my house. I'd rather have a gun, not needed than not have a gun and need that mug. You know what I mean? So, hey. So, yeah, brought in Derek McFadden, too. I didn't mean to pin that, though. There we go. But, we'll see, though. I said, we got a little bit of time before training camp. We really got about 30 days. We got about 30 days before training camp. So, that's why I'm excited for that to get here. All this stuff will be answered by then. We will know everything we need to know at training camp. It says means nothing. College blue chippers leave college to the NFL and are bust. I say it happens all the time. That's why. And listen, I will agree with Slim on this. The kid has potential. He has potential. Nobody is saying, that he can't play. Saying he excelled where he played at. He's definitely a strong runner, a little bit faster than people think. Like, he has potential. I'm just saying I can't put all my eggs in one basket. Oh my God, we need to watch 90 Super Bowls and a watch party. That would be cool. That would be cool one day to do that. But back to the details. Back to the particular details. So because the Dallas Cowboys were only 19th, in overall yards per carry last year, because that they were one of the least efficient, running teams in the NFL, we have to hope this new run scheme can mitigate, a lot of our issues. Because remember, we will have basically the same offensive line as last year, right? We will basically have the same offensive line as last year. The only difference will be, the health of Tyron Smith and where they are asking people to play. Tyron Smith will be back on the field, and he is not going to be no right tackle this year. He'll be a left tackle. Tyler Smith will be back, with us. He'll be a left guard this year. Biotis is going to be back as our starting center. Then we'll also have Zach Martin back, and we should, for a majority of the season, have Terrence Steele at right tackle. So, we did not go out there and get a first round tackle or guard. We did not go out there and sign a big name free agent, offensive lineman. We didn't do any of that. So we got what we got. And, we just got to hope that a new system, will help mitigate some of these issues. Right? We gotta hope that putting the same players in a new environment will lead to a better run game. Because listen, Tyron Smith, he still got it, man. He just gotta stay healthy. We all saw how well Tyler Smith moved in space. We already know that we got a good line when they all play together and they play in their best positions. So we just have to hope that translates, and really we need to hope that it translates immediately. I think Jalen wins wide receiver 4. Listen, I think that's a foregone conclusion. He might listen. If he played well enough, he might be your wide receiver 3 by the time the season's over. Fish 82, Slim Cuddy, thank y'all for sliding in. Yo, man, hey, real quick, let's take a quick little light break, man. Let's take a quick little light break to get everything up to par inside of the liquor store, man. See, right now I got 42 people watching on the channel, and I only got 29 likes now because I went and liked it. Ooh, hold on now. I know y'all boys ain't talking about my boy Rocket Sanders in the chat box. Man. Yeah, I would love to get Rocket. Yeah, I would love to get Rocket Sanders, man. Yeah, Rocket Sanders is a great prospect. And now listen, I am biased too. Y'all know I'm an Arkansas fan, so I'm going to say good things about Rocket Sanders regardless. So what do y'all think, man? Given the information that I gave y'all in regards to how well Dak Prescott plays when the ball comes out of his hand quickly, and how stagnant our run game was for majority, I could see that too. Like, people be sleep on Rocket. Now, he does not have the same top end speed as McFadden. Nobody does, but he is definitely a all around good back. Rocket Sanders is a running back for the Arkansas Razorbacks. He one of the best running backs in the entire SEC. And if I'm not mistaken, he's been setting school records. So, matter of fact, let me give you Rocket's stats from last year. Cause my boy 8. So Rocket last year had 222 carries, 1,443 yards, 10 rushing touchdowns, and average 6.6 yards a carry. Yeah, Rock is one of them. And he had a longer 73. Yeah, he definitely will be a top 5 running back next year. Maybe top 3, depending on how well he runs this year. We know for a fact that the Arkansas is going to run the ball. He'll get plenty of opportunities. Yeah, 1,400 yards in a 12 game season, is not too shabby. Hey, Michael H., when you leave from here, man, make sure go and watch just go on the YouTube and type in Rocket Sanders highlights. Yeah, 6.6. Yeah, 6.6 yards a carry. Yeah, Rocket one of them, man. Yeah, Rocket one of them. Now they call him Rocket. I don't know what his 40 time is, but he got size. He got size. He got enough speed. I love that kid, man. He one of my favorite players to watch for my Razorbacks. He said Shotty loves pulling guards in both directions. Translation: we will play on the move, more play action, bootlegs, screens. Hey, he definitely does, and that lines up with what we want to do schematically, and that also lines up with some of the things that Dak Prescott was talking about. He talked about getting into the scramble drill when the play breaks down and probably utilizing his legs. So, yeah, hey, y'all already know what time it is, though, man. It's the Q&A portion of the liquor store, man. So y'all go ahead and drop your questions into the chat. So just drop your questions into the chat. Your boy Hennythemoor probably has an answer for you. So let's jump into it, man. Q&A section of the show. What's your thoughts? You know, what are some question marks you have? It can be. It doesn't really matter, man. Like I said, it is June the 24th. We got a long ass time before we play some actual football. We can talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about, my guys. Oh, it's too easy. You already donated some more stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a wrench. Here you go. So welcome to the wrench gang, y'all. Welcome my boy. It's too easy into the wrench gang, man. Who do I think will get the wide receiver 4 spot? You know I'm rooting for Jalen Tolbert, man. You know I'm rooting for Jalen Tolbert. And shout out to him, man. You know, he a friend of the show. He said, when's the watch party? I will have to see, man. I'm gonna have to see. You know, I got a couple of shows coming up down the pipeline. I'm supposed to be doing a show with Jay Tuck when he gets back in town from his vacation. I'm supposed to be doing a show. Matter of fact, I'll be doing a show on a panel tomorrow at 3:30. I'll be with a bunch of different people from different fan groups. One of them a Patriots fan, so on and so forth. So, you know, y'all tap into that. I'll be doing a panel show tomorrow. So I don't really know who I'm gonna be on there, but you know, it should be pretty entertaining. And then of course, man, you know, I'll be rocking out with my boys, you know, over the course. We'll find a time to do a watch party. Y'all keep reminding me though, but I will find time to do a watch party with y'all for these old Super Bowl games. You is crazy, Double R. This man ain't let that go. I know damn shit. Kyle said Jalen Tolbert the other day is not. Yeah. Listen, Jalen Tolbert has every tool in the toolbox that you want. He's tall, he's fast, he's athletic. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was productive in college. So, you know, he got the physical gifts, he got the proven production. You know, he already got the work ethic. You right. So I do think that, as you also got to look at Michael Gallup's contract, fam. Like, look at Michael Gallup's contract. And I love Michael Gallup. But, you know, just looking from the business standpoint of it, Dallas Cowboys would more than likely hope that Jalen Tolbert could supplant him anyway, just from a monetary standpoint. Because if I'm not mistaken, they still have a built-in out, and Michael Gallup's contract comes next year. Well, we don't have to imagine that, Danny. They did it. They did it. And listen, I was always team, no matter, and listen, like I said, I love Michael Gallup, but I was always team keep Amari Cooper. Because you could have kept him. Listen, you could have kept Amari Cooper. You could have kept Amari Cooper, kept CeeDee Lamb, right? And then you could have still, you know, signed. You know, you could have still, you know, signed Jalen Tolbert, you know, in the draft, and you probably would have had. No, you probably wouldn't have Brandon Cooks right now, but at the same token, you probably wouldn't have needed him. Listen, we know that the Dallas Cowboys got rid of Amari Cooper for reasons that were not football related. But they got rid of him for reasons that were not football related. And, you know, they wanted to keep one of their guys in the building. So it is what it is. Yeah, they should have kept Cooper, got rid of Kellen Moore. I definitely agree with that. You got my wholehearted sentiment on that one, man. I mean, given the fact that he was injured, you know, when they signed him, I do agree with that. Because he was injured and you had a better option already on the team that you did not have to move on from, I can agree with that, Double R. I mean, I can agree with that, Danny. I can agree with that. We do love signing injured players. the return they getting on Michael Gallup contract with the injury, yeah, they're not getting a real good return on investment so far. Granted, they're only 1 year into that contract, but it already looks like a bad deal. Because listen, you already done brought in Brandon Cooks. You already, are expecting the elevation of Jalen Tolbert. CeeDee Lamb has already became that guy. There is a chance that Michael Gallup will be the Dallas Cowboys' highest paid wide receiver. Will be his highest paid wide receiver and only be the fourth option by the time the season ends. Right? Because there's a chance, like we've been talking about, there's a chance that Jalen Tolbert jumps him this season. The only reason why Coop was gone was because Kellen didn't want him because he spoke out, was messed up. It was that. It was the vaccination thing, because Jerry wanted him to get vaccinated. He didn't, and then he missed games. It was a lot of different things, man. Yes. Yes, I would. The Braves are 1 out away from winning, so salute to them, man. Jerry won't let Tolbert jump MG because he will look like a fool. Hey, I actually think he would prefer him to jump him so he can get out that contract. Because remember, Michael Gallup has not been healthy in 2 years. There's no guarantee that he stays healthy this year. We're just hoping, for the best at this point. So, he might jump him by default before the season is over, right? I'm not speaking will or wishing ill on Michael Gallup because I hope he succeeds. Him being, being close to his old self enables us to have one of the better wide receiving corps in the NFL. But, there's no guarantee that Michael Gallup stays healthy. Yeah, money talks. And, I think Jerry Jones would prefer to pay less money. Yeah, which is true. Nobody is guaranteed to stay healthy. He said Jerry been a fool since he fired Jimmy. Man, I think he listen. This is real off subject, but I really believe the Dallas Cowboys need to go ahead and put Jimmy Johnson, into the Ring of Honor. I think that will. I think that will help us exponentially because you need good luck to win a Super Bowl, right? You need good luck. You need some lucky bounces, this or that. We need all the good luck we can get. And I think the universe is not going to give us fair shakes until Jerry Jones does right by Jimmy Johnson, man. And this is like totally superstitious stuff. And that's totally superstitious stuff. But when you look at what it took for the damn Rams to win their Super Bowl, like Matthew Stafford literally threw the ball away and he dropped it, and the cornerback dropped it. The safety dropped it. I mean, and they went on and won a championship. So you need some lucky ass breaks. And right now, Dallas Cowboys have not had much luck, in the postseason. The Dez Carter play, it could have been ruled. It could have been ruled to catch at that point. We got a bad break on that. Tony Romo fumbling the snap, in Seattle. We got a bad break on that. Kellen Moore calling a down draw play with no timeouts. We got a bad break on that. Kellen Moore deciding to put Zeke at center at the end of the game. right? Chris, crazy stuff. Like we lose game, a third and forever conversion in 2016 when Dak Prescott played Aaron Rodgers to a stalemate, and we allowed a third and like 30 or third and 20 completion, right, on an improbable throw to a tight end on the sideline. So you think about all the fluky ass things that happened to the Dallas Cowboys. We need some good luck. Cause we've had great teams, we had good individual players. Like we had enough talent, and we done caught some bad breaks. I need us to get some good breaks too. So Jerry Jones, put the man Jimmy Johnson into the ring of honor, man. Yes, killing using Zeke as the center was disrespectful as hell. Bro, the defense, and bro, we had one of the best run defenses in the NFL. We had one of the best run defenses in the NFL that year, and we gave up then at 300 yards on the ground. Do you know how crazy that was? We on paper, we did not even have a bad run defense that year. Yo, what's up with you, Joe? Thank you for tapping in, man. Thank you for sliding through and showing love to the channel, my boy. Yeah, Jimmy Johnson listen, for the sake of our sanity, do right by Jimmy Johnson. Do right by Jimmy Johnson, man. I don't think he will. The guy that was the connection to the front office was Kellen Moore, and Kellen Moore is out of the door. So I really don't think he's gonna allow such things. I know, man. Only time Jimmy Head was out of place was when celebrating with the playmaker. They won in college and the NFL together. They definitely did. I would love for them to put both of them in there this year, man, because they both deserve it. And listen, the franchise really did both of them wrong. Like LaMarcus Ware still had plenty left in the tank. They just did not want to pay him. But yeah, man, y'all got any more questions? Drop in the chat box. If not, your boy finna depart. Hey, enjoy your dinner, Double R. Yeah, I saw the Jimmy Judge were going to the Miami Hurricane Ring of Honor. But yo, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking with the boy. I was able to give y'all an hour of some good ass Dallas Cowboy content. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in. On the way out, continue to hit that like button, continue to hit that share button, continue to hit that cash out, continue to hit that super chat, man. So I appreciate y'all for all the love and support that you shown your boy. And listen, I'm supposed to be doing a midnight show tonight with Wes and Landlord. So y'all just tap back in, man. And I should be live tonight. But peace, God bless. Make sure y'all slap the shit out them Eagles fans. Make sure y'all get these raffles so I can send y'all to this game. And I'm out, man.